On the phone with us today is Chris Cagle. Good morning, sir.
Morning. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. We're looking forward to seeing you tonight in Carthage at the Backwoods Boat Festival. You get to hang out at a winery, man. That's not so bad.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah. Tell us about growing up in DeRidder, Louisiana.
Well, actually, I didn't grow up there. I was born there, and then I moved to South Texas when I was 2.
Okay.
So I grew up pretty much a Texas boy, but I did spend my summers back home in DeRidder on my grandfather's dairy farm. And, the time I spent there was very relevant to my life. It's funny because you grow up in a small town or actually spend time in one, and you think you want out, and then when you get out, you realize you want back in. You just want to make enough money to go back in style,
Right.
So
that's a good point.
We actually live on a small farm now and raise cutting horses and kids and chickens and beef. And
very nice.
It's a lot of fun, and I think if I'd have never experienced that as a kid, I probably would have never come back to that lifestyle.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I come from a small town in Kansas, and I love going back. So totally understand that. I was going to bring up, you kind of touched on it there, but when you're not performing out on the road, you're a horse trainer. Tell us about that.
Well, horse trainer, the term is, you can use that very, very lightly.
All right.
I dabble. I try. I'm a student of Clinton Anderson's methods as far as the groundwork and stuff like that's concerned. But, horses have always been a passion of mine. And when I'm not on the road singing or anything like that, I love being home with the kids in the arena and either cutting on cattle or working the flag or working with a young horse in the round pen doing some groundwork. And my kids, they absolutely love it, and we have a good time doing it. So
when you're up there on stage wearing a cowboy hat, you're not just putting on a show, you're an actual cowboy.
we try, yeah.
That's good. Now, as you got started, I guess before you even had your success as a recording artist, I understand you did some writing. David Kirsch, I know, did some of your stuff.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I got to Nashville and I kind of started realizing that, a lot of things are based on a hit song. Right. And, being a young artist and just dreaming about singing, I was not in a position to really go and obtain hit songs from bigger writers. And at the time, Gary Burr was hot, and Jim Photoglow and Bob DiPiero and those guys. And it was one of those things where I kind of had to write and bring something to the table that was worthy of being on the radio. And so I'd always kind of dabbled in it, but when I got to a place where I really could concentrate and focus on it, we got pretty lucky, and I've been able to write some pretty decent music that's kind of kept us in the game for the last decade plus anyway. So it's also a really good, saves me a ton of money in therapy, actually. So being able to write and get your emotions out and express something that you need to get off your chest it's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, definitely. Of all of your hits when you're on stage, or maybe it's a song that we don't know so well, is there a favorite that you have to play at the live shows?
Favorite. There's a song on my first record called "The Love Between a Woman and a Man" that I really, really love. And then there's a song we do sometimes called "Dance Baby Dance" that I wrote about my little girls. That it's pretty special to me.
Yeah, I can certainly understand that. Now, you did something that not a lot of people do, and you did this on your own. At one point in your career, you kind of took a step back from Nashville and the whole business, and kind of wanted to get back to your roots, I guess.
Yeah, it's Nashville is it's a great city, and there's a lot of great people in it. And there's a lot of great people in the music business. But there's also some not so great people. Right. And the business side of this thing, when you're an artist, you don't really think dollars and cents. You and you're not real good at it. And I don't know. I just I got to a place where I was tired of kind of being pushed to sing this and pushed to be that, and people trying to tell me who they thought I should be, and you know, I've always held firm to the fact that if I'm anybody other than who I am, then I'm just lying to the fans, and you know, fans are not stupid, and you know, sometimes it's cost me, and sometimes it has cost me on a corporate level. But the bottom line is the thing that makes the difference is the fans know, and they know that I've kind of stuck to my guns on a lot of things, and I think they at least respect it, whether they like my music or not. They can't help but, you know, say at least he's done it his way.
Well, that's worth a lot. So good for you, and I'm glad it's kind of worked out for you then. Like I said before, we are looking forward to the show here. It's tonight. A couple of great bands playing before you, Jared Harness and Blackgrass and the Devin Clemens Band, and then, you'll be the headliner. So we look forward to seeing you, and we hope you have safe travels into town, man.
Man, thank you so much. We're looking forward to it as well, and I just want to say I appreciate you guys having us on the show and playing our music, and we can't do it without you. And every time, you know, you guys spin a record, if somebody out there who's listening, we make a new fan, hopefully. So we appreciate you guys a ton, and we look forward to the show.
Not a problem, man. Chris Cagle, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, brother.